Y'all was up with an actual boy Rex Kain again. Y'all already know I'm back at it again. And today I'm finna be explaining how the zodiac sign wheel is formed, right? And it's gonna also expose Christianity, real talk, about the God and Jesus that they actually serve, right? So now let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now everybody think astrology is fake, it's pseudoscience. Then you have to disprove all of my readings. I have a lot of reading reviews. Follow me on my TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Should have a description in the comment section too. So check this out. What I want y'all to understand is this: a lot of people don't really break down how astrology is astronomically. You know what I'm talking about? So a lot of people think astrology is fake because you don't really have too many good, credible, very intellectual people to explain it, right? That's what really be going on. But I'm finna break this shit down now. So check this shit out. So this right here, and this right here, and this right here are all the same. They're all interconnected. I need everybody to know and understand that shit, right? So check this shit out. So now listen. This right here is what you call the ecliptic, right? Everybody who knows what the ecliptic is, right? It's the path of the sun, right? It's the path of the sun around Earth. So, right, check this out. So, what they say is that Earth moves around the sun, and you got to remember. So, it looked like the more Earth moving around the sun, it looked like the actual sun is going through these different constellations or whatever, right? That's how they explain it, right? So now let's break it down. This right here is the autumn equinox. This right here is the winter solstice, the summer solstice, and spring equinox, right? So, what you got to understand, look at this equator. This is the equator, right? The equator, this is the regular equator on Earth. But if you extend this, then if you extend this equator outside towards the ecliptic, it's called the celestial equator, right? And look at the ecliptic and the celestial equator, you know what I'm talking about, are literally tied together hand to hand. And that's what the equinoxes and solstices are based off of, right? And these four different points are called cardinal points, and like the cardinal zodiac signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, right? These rule over winter, right? So basically, springtime is ruled by Aries. Summer's ruled by Cancer. Fall is ruled by Libra, and winter's ruled by Capricorn. But we finna get into that. So now I want y'all to understand this. Look at how the sun goes, right? It looks like it goes from left to right and up down, right? Because this ecliptic, the way that it's curved around the planet Earth is at an angle, right? It's tilted, right? So put it like this. That's why you see it look like it's going from left to right. You understand that shit from left to right and up down, right? Because of how it's angled around the actual Earth. So it's not just a straight circle, just straight across. It's across, then it goes up a little bit, curved towards the back, across a little bit, and then come back around, right? So look at this mouth. So instead of like this circle is like they don't know how to explain it to y'all. Okay, look at this mouth. Look how I'm taking it up to Earth, right here, and boom, and that instead of going like from like that. Hopefully y'all get it. What that makes is what you see right here on your actual left hand side, right? This is the cross, right? And you see it has 4 points, the quadrants, right? You see what I'm saying? Which make this. So now let's explain this shit, right? So this is the path of the sun and how we begin to understand the zodiac signs, right? The ecliptic is the path of the sun and it's tilted like it's slanted. Looking at the sun from our point of view on Earth, the sun appears to move from east to west. But look how the Earth is tilted from north and the south pole. So it also visually appears like the sun is going north and south. Like I said, y'all, because that shit is slanted. Understand that shit. Understand that we calculate the zodiac sign based off the ecliptic and the celestial equator coming together, right, between the solstices and the equinoxes, right? Real shit between the four seasons. Now, the sun takes 6 months to rise to the highest northern point of space, right? You see that shit up there? And say this shit out. And that is called the northern solstice at 23.5 degrees, right? Then after another 6 months, it reaches the bottom at negative 23.5 degrees. This is called the southern solstice, right? Now, like I told y'all, look at how the spring and autumn equinoxes are going north and south. Real talk. So now scroll back down, right? So now look at this. This is the sun's path, right? So this is the sun right in the middle, right? So always remember that the sun rises from the east and falls in the west, right? So listen, if the sun is rising towards the east, then guess what? It's coming from the south, right? So boom, it's all coming in a circle in a circular nature. So when the sun's rising from east, it just came from the south, right? So now always remember the sun rises from the east and falls in the actual west, y'all. Always remember that shit. So the sun is exalted inside of Aries, which is the zodiac sign of the east, because this is basically where the sun gets his rise in life, y'all. Real talk. And it falls in Libra because look at this shit. If the sun is rising in east, listen, so boom, it goes from right here, east. Then boom, it rises, it's at its full highest point in the north. Then look, when it started to go to the west, which is ruled by Libra, that's when it falls, right? So the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. Real talk. Now, so where was I at? Libra is a zodiac sign of the west, which rules over the fall. This cross is the sun's path. This is where the Abrahamic religion gets its cross, and God being the creator, stating that God is a son in Psalm 84:11, right here. So Psalm 84:11, for the Lord God is a sun and shield, right? The Lord will give grace and glory. No good thing he will withhold from them that walk upright. Sun also rules Leo. And isn't Jesus associated with what? The Lion tribe of Judah? Think about that shit, y'all. This is where they get the actual cross from. And then listen, so the Bible say that the Lord is a son and she a son. This is the path. So why does the path of the sun in real life astronomically look like it's symbolically making a physical reference of how the cross actually looks? And if you all heard like how they were deciphering, they say the Bible used to be called Helios Biblos. Helios in the Greek or Roman culture, that's like the Egypt, I mean the Greek god of the sun, right? Who brings the sunset on his chariot back and forth every morning and shit like that. And Biblos supposed to mean book, so it's technically allegedly, the Bible's supposed to be called the Helios Biblos, right? The book of the sun or the sun book, right? Real talk, real shit. But ain't that funny that the sun forms like a cross pattern, based on how we're looking at it, how we're calculating. Imagine that motherfucker going around the earth, right? Crossing over, at the celestial equator and different equinoxes. It looks like it makes a path of a cross going from left to right, up, down, right? And ain't that, come on now. And it's crazy because the sun rules Leo, and Jesus, which is the son or the son of God, is associated with the Lion tribe of Judah. Just really think about that shit. You shouldn't even have to think that much, because guess what, Christians? Y'all Bible does say this, and what I'm describing is the sun going around the earth, right? Look at it. Look at it. Listen, left, right, up, down. It's literally a cross formation, but don't worry about it. Y'all gonna be fine. We ain't finished now. Now, how are the zodiac signs formed? Well, the sun, hold on, let me make sure I explain. Yeah, I explained everything. Now, how are the zodiac signs formed? Well, the sun aligns with the full moon 12 times a year and sometimes 13. So for folks, it's like Bacane, it should be 13 or 14 signs, because you got two more signs on the constellation bill. You got Ophiuchus and Centus, whatever the fuck it's called. Y'all don't understand how we get the actual zodiac signs, right? Real talk. So now, the 13th sign, I'm gonna give you a prime example. The sun is going to conjunct the moon right here. What you see where I get that here? Matter of fact, let me just read. Let me just read. So it will look something like this. Now it's four parts to this circle, and they are called a quadrant, right? Each part has 3 full moon cycles a year. What is 3 times 4? 3 full moon cycles, the spanning over four different houses, right? Think about it, y'all. What is 3 times 4? It is 12, just like the 12 zodiac signs. So the zodiac signs are formed between the sun and moon coming together, right? From Earth's view, right? How we're looking at it and calculating, right? Earth is how you get your ascendant, right? So the Earth is the midpoint. Look at that. Don't it look like a bullseye? Because remember, the Earth supposed to revolve around the sun, so it looked like the sun revolved around the Earth. Ain't don't like a bullseye? So now, Earth is how you get your ascendant, right? The physical body. And for those who don't know how the ascendant is calculated, so basically the time when you are coming out the physical womb, whatever zodiac sign is on that eastern horizon, because guess what? The east direction, or the east zodiac sign, Aries, rules over the traditional first house in astrology, right? And we all know the first house is where the ascendant, the rise, the what you're becoming in this life is all about, right? So you could see that the ascendant in the birth chart is a prominent is your prominent experience point. Real shit. It's where everything starts. You understand that? And then you got to remember the soul, which is the sun. That's where the ascension is. Real shit. Now, so the ascendant is your physical body, the moon is the mind, and the sun is the spirit or the soul. Sounds like the Holy Trinity or 333 to me, however you want to call it, right? Look at it, y'all. So think about it, y'all. So if so, they say you have another sentence or whatever, but the thing about it is, so if the sun were to conjunct, you know, it's at the moon 13 times every single year, and not every 2.5 years, and not every 2.5 years, that's when they say the sun conjunct the moon for a 13th time, or a 13th full moon appears, right? So now do y'all understand that? So just because official kids is there, that's why we do not count it, right? Because the way that we're actually mapping out the zodiac format, it fits in all even numbers, right? And I get it. You might be like, well, odd is rebellious. You got to do this. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I'm explaining to y'all so y'all could actually know. So think about it. There are 12 every single year. There are not 13 every single year. So which one is more stable? You understand? Which one is more reliable to count on? Do you understand, right? So just so we clear and everybody actually knows, right? Real talk. Now let's scroll down. Now, this is how the birth chart actually looks in and of itself, right? So here I have drawn them divided and okay, here I have drawn them divided and they total out full to 12 signs or 12 houses. This is why we only have 12 true zodiac signs, because the 13th connection is not a guarantee, but the 12 normally is. 12 is an even number and it's mapped on a 360-degree wheel format, which is an even number as well, y'all. Real talk. So the way the zodiac signs are mapped are by portions of 30-degree parts, right? Now, what's 360 divided by 12 parts? That is 30. Do you understand that? So listen, this is a 360-degree wheel, right? And it's 12 different zodiac signs, right? And I just told you each zodiac sign in this 360-degree wheel, that is, and it's 12 of them, is 30 degrees long, 0 to 29 degrees long. If you do 360 and you divide it by 12, what you gonna get? 30. So now that's a 30-degree margin in it. So now the signs that start the cross points are called cardinal signs. Aries, which is spring, Cancer, which is summer, Libra, which is fall, and Capricorn, which is winter. These four signs rule the seasons and show transitioning or direction changing signs. These are what I call the switches, right? These signs are tilted because the earth is. That's why the signs look a little bit tilted, because look at how the earth is stationed. Hold on, let's scroll back up. Let's scroll back up. It's supposedly tilted, right? I haven't seen her for my actual self, so I guess we can say allegedly. So now let's scroll back down, right? Now, the signs that come right before the cardinal signs are mutable signs, right? So now this is cardinal, right? Aries, right? Cancer, right? Libra, right? And Capricorn, right? But what sign come before them? Sagittarius come before Capricorn. Virgo come before Libra, Gemini come before Cancer, and Pisces come before Aries, right? These are called mutable or adaptable signs, right? Meaning they have like this changeable fluid nature to them inherently, right? Now, Pisces come before Aries, which I already said all that, so we can just skip right down that part. Then the signs that are in the middle are called the fixed signs, y'all. Real talk, and which are about maintaining energy. They are in the middle of mutable and cardinal signs. They are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, and they is in that order. Does anybody disagree with that? Or you gonna say, well, that's not my experience. It's some weird, crazy shit. So it goes cardinal zodiac signs first, which is about energy moving, right? Energy moving, right? Then after that, it becomes fixed. So wherever it goes, it's fixed or it's stable, maintained for a period of time before it becomes the mutable zodiac sign. So you got to remember, which is like that fluid nature, which means to adapt to or for a new change, right? Hence why cardinal signs come next in this endless cycle. This is called the wheel of samsara, or the cycle of life and death and rebirth. Do y'all understand that? So cardinal mean okay, I'm moving, right? Fixed mean okay, after I finish moving, I got here, I'm planning. Mutable mean like okay, I'm tired of staying right here, I'm ready to change, right? You see right there? You see how they go? Now, East is Aries, so it's fiery. And in real life, most of the major wars, even to this day, still happen in the East. If y'all think about it, y'all, I live over here in the West. We don't really go through too many wars. We really be over here chilling the majority of the time, right? But if the East is like the Aries, fiery, Mars energy, that's why all the greatest, biggest wars in history didn't happen there. Besides, like what, the Civil War over here, and maybe a couple of them in South America and shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. West is Libra, which is Aries. Since Libra rules peace, which is where I'm at, less wars even now happen over in the West. Both the East and the West have had wars. It's just that in the East, a lot of places, wars truly physically never stop, right? North is Cancer, so it's watery, and South is Capricorn, it's earthy and stable, right? So now, also remember this as well. Your ascendant changes every 2 hours, and there are 24 hours in a day. What's 24 divided by 2? It's 12. So where would the 13th sign actually fit in, right? From sunrise to sun, from one sunrise to the next sunrise is a 24-hour time period. So if the sun rises at 6 a.m., guess what? It's not technically a new day until the sun rises again. It makes a new day. 12 p.m. is not no damn new day. That's just how we can calculate this shit. That's literally not a new day. A new day is when the actual sun come up. Same shit with spring. Y'all think that December is the real New Year, based off the calendar that they ass use and how they, occultically and mathematically put shit, but it's really spring. And guess what? That's the East. That's where the sun does what? That's where the sun does what? Rise in the actual what? The East. Y'all understand? Springtime. But let's scroll back down, right? So where's 13th or the 14th sign gonna even fit in there, even in a mathematical standpoint, based off of how it's supposed to be calculated? I want you have to really, really think about this shit. Real talk. So now, do you all see this right? So it says, now this is how the zodiac signs look mapped across our viewpoint from space. The zodiac signs are different sizes, y'all. Real talk. They are different sizes. But the ecliptic only goes into a portion of those zodiac sign constellations, and those portions along the belt or ecliptic are divided into 12 30-degree sections, right? And now, so listen, this is Ophitic is being on it, but I've explained to y'all exactly why we don't include the 13th or the so-called 14th sign in astrology, right? Because it's really about the sun and the moon coming together, right? That's what it is. How many times in a year? In this actual trip around Earth, how many times the sun and moon come together, right? And that's how they kind of map the shit along with the birth chart, right? Real talk. So now, prove to y'all about the cross, prove to y'all about the sun, the Christian stuff. So now take what I just told y'all, spread it to every Christian you know, everybody who says, well, I doubt it, and tell them just use their brain open-mindedly and they'll see for themselves. So yes, y'all, this was just a quick rundown. Listen, I'm gonna be doing more videos. Follow me. Listen, follow my Facebook pages. All my stuff is gonna be down in the description below. So I'm glad y'all came out, but other than that, I'ma holler at y'all later, man. Peace.